The Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Denver Nuggets 125 to 93 in Game 7 to advance to the conference finals. This is the first time in 9 years that OKC is going back to the conference finals. The last time they did it was 2016. That team had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Ibaka for one last run. That was the last time all three of those guys were together. They got to the conference finals that year. They went up 3-1 against the Warriors, and the Warriors came back to win that series, which resulted in Kevin Durant making one of the biggest bitch moves in NBA history by signing with Golden State. So that was the last time they went to the conference finals. Obviously, a great achievement for them since it's been 9 years. They were able to rebound from what Kevin Durant did to them in 9 years, which seems like a long time, but for them to come back in that period of time, you got to credit Sam Presti. There are a lot of organizations, once they lose their GOAT player, it takes them decades to come back from. They did their comeback in less than a decade, so you have to give credit to them. I would say on the Nuggets side, you got to respect Aaron Gordon. This guy was all heart in this game. That I'm just amazed he was able to gut it through by playing with that horrible hamstring injury and still find ways to be mobile, to get up the court. He showed that he had a lot of heart in this game, and he still was a solid player in this game despite showing effects of the injury. He got 8 points, 11 rebounds, shot 2 of 4 from the field. He laid it all out on the line. Obviously, he didn't get the results he wanted, but I think he got respect from everybody for doing that today. His teammates, the fans, neutral people. You have to respect the effort. I think he may have even earned the respect of the front office for gutting it through when they had to make their decisions during the summertime. I feel he's one of those guys that they should keep simply because he showed how badly he wanted to win today. And there's not many guys like that in this league. So when you have one of those types of players on your team, you really need to keep them. He's a guy they should keep. He was clutch throughout these playoffs. He had a lot of amazing moments. It's just unfortunate that his body broke down on him. So that's one thing I wanted to say. But going back to this game, this was a weird game in the sense that at the start of the game, there was like some kind of hope that you would think that the Nuggets can pull off this upset. They started off the game strong, 21-10. And that's when OKC's defense just took over. By the end of the first quarter, the score was 26-21. And what was really interesting in the second quarter, it was really close up until the 3-minute mark in the second quarter, in which OKC went up 42-41. And then they went on a ridiculous 18-5 run to be up, I believe it was 14 points at halftime, 60-46. It was insane, that 18-5 run that they went on. But that 18-5 run, the final 3 minutes of the second quarter, is really what won them the game in my eyes. Once they went on that run, there was just no way Denver was ever going to come back and win this game. It really sucked in the sense, and I'm a neutral observer, to see them dominate the final 3 minutes of that second quarter because it ruined the rest of the game. The rest of the game was a snooze fest, but you had to give a lot of credit to Caruso in OKC winning this game. He's very underrated. He may not show up in the box scores, but his defensive efforts were crucial in sparking OKC to get these defensive stops. He forced a lot of turnovers. He had like 3 steals in this game. He had some deflections. You look at just the box score, he led the team in plus and minus at plus 40, which is ridiculously high. To me, he's the guy who really spearheaded the charge, and just the rest of the team fell in place. Their defense was amazing. It was just on another level. They smothered Jokic in the sense that they were trapping him. They were forcing him to turn over the ball a bunch of times. In this game, Jokic had like 5 turnovers. So they made him less effective. Then they really contained Jokic. He had only like 20 points on 5 of 9 shooting. And just that it was a wrap once they started trapping Jokic. I was kind of amazed how Caruso was able to trap Jokic at times, and then the help defender would come in time, and it would just work perfectly, the trapping of Jokic and just smothering his passing lanes. And they put a chokehold on Jokic in this game. SGA showed up big time in this game, and I guess he probably left. He probably got rid of any doubt that that he doesn't deserve the MVP. That after winning this game, the way he played, if they give him the MVP, I think which they will Tuesday night, you can't say Jokic was snubbed. SGA just played an amazing game in this game. 35 points, on 12 of 19 shooting, which is impressive. I would also say Jalen Williams showed up in this game. He was, I think, a no-show these last two games. This game, he was big, 10 of 17, 24 points, 7 assists, 1 steal. I think Jalen Williams is really the X factor for the Thunder in the sense that when he doesn't play well, they don't win. So in the next series, it'll be interesting to see how the Timberwolves guard him. That's what I would watch closely more so than how they guard SGA. To me, that'll be the interesting matchup. But going forward, OKC is now in a great position to go to the finals. They'll have home court the next round. But I think the series between them and the Wolves will be very entertaining. Anthony Edwards versus SGA. That's what Stephen A would say is box office. I'm looking forward to that matchup to see who gets the better of the other one. That will be very, very, very interesting and entertaining. So we'll see what happens to that series. I think that series will go 6 or 7 games. I think the Wolves have enough depth to match up with OKC. So we'll see how that goes. Now going to the Nuggets, they have a lot of interesting question marks to answer during the summertime of whether or not they keep this current core together. To me, the last 2 years, the biggest issue with this team has been their lack of depth. And that reared its ugly head in this game again. They just didn't have enough to compete with the Thunder, and it showed in this game. So they're going to have to make some moves. Do they get rid of Michael Porter Jr. or even Jamal Murray to get another star player? How do they add more depth? That's some questions they're going to have to answer during the summertime and see what they can do. I would say right now, they're not too off from being a championship contender, but they got to make a few moves to get more depth. That's what they have to do. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be definitely challenging. I don't know how they fix the roster and they add more depth and talent on this team. It's not an easy fix. So that will be the challenge for their front office this summer. But like I said, OKC's advancing, and we'll see how the next series goes.